For a new pipeline of 435 miles across desert terrain and politically sensitive territory, realistic cost models put the Jordan-Eilat section in the range of $5 to $7 billion. The Basra-Aqaba pipeline, a broadly similar project from southern Iraq to Jordan's Red Sea port, carries Iraqi government cost estimates of $7 to $9 billion. The East African crude oil pipeline, roughly 900 miles through difficult terrain, came in at around $5 billion. Those two benchmarks put this project in a realistic and well-established cost band for large-scale Middle East crude infrastructure. Fully expanding the existing Eilat-Ashkelon corridor with a second parallel line, more pumping stations, and upgraded storage at both ends would add another $2 to $3 billion on top of Israel's existing infrastructure. Factor in land rights, security, political risk financing, and the contingency costs any pipeline through this region requires, and the full all-in cost for the Israeli land bridge lands at around $10 billion. That is a serious number. It's also the kind of number the energy world is now actively debating, when the alternative is watching the largest oil supply disruption in recorded history drag on for months. There is a second layer to this that goes well beyond crisis management. If this corridor gets built, Israel locks in its position as the only viable land bridge between the Persian Gulf and the Mediterranean. That is a permanent seat at the table of global oil logistics, and a position no other country in the region is currently in a position to claim. Saudi Arabia needs guarantees it won't be seen as normalizing ties with Israel through an energy deal. Jordan needs transit revenue large enough to justify the domestic political cost. Neither condition is met yet, but neither was unthinkable a year ago. But the economics of a month-long closure of the world's most important oil corridor have made those conversations significantly more urgent. Here is where Netanyahu's case becomes concrete. Eilat, on Israel's Red Sea coast, already handles tankers arriving from the Gulf. The port can receive tankers up to 300,000 tons deadweight, and the Eilat-Ashkelon pipeline can carry up to 1.2 million barrels per day north from the terminal toward the Mediterranean. The Europe-Asia Pipeline Company has operated this infrastructure continuously since 1968. It was built as a joint Israeli-Iranian venture, funded in equal parts by the country that is now Israel's greatest enemy, and nationalized by Israel the moment the Shah fell. It kept running through the Iranian Revolution, the Arab League boycott, and decades of regional instability. At the Mediterranean end, Ashkelon is one of the largest oil storage and transshipment hubs in the eastern Mediterranean. The combined EAPC system across both the Eilat and Ashkelon terminals holds approximately 23 million barrels of storage, with multiple jetties at Ashkelon for loading export tankers headed to European ports. Israel already has the pipes, the ports, and the storage. What is missing is the political green light to run billions of dollars in Gulf oil through them.